And good morning, everybody. Julian Hall here. Another episode of Let's get my eyebrows sorted. Another episode of Ultrapreneur TV. How you all doing? So today I wanted to talk about the kids, and not just because, as you know, I've got ultra kids, but because of an experience that I had just the other day. So my nieces were around, and nephew. Shout out to the Naturally You coach and Jazz Images, and came out, went back in the house, and my niece, eldest niece, turned around and said, "Oh, uncle, me and my daughter were watching our parents on YouTube." And I thought, wow, look at that. So you mean to tell me that out of all of the millions of videos that you could have watched, you were watching videos of your parents? I mean, I was saying this in my head, right? So they said, oh, you know, they're watching some of my adverts and some of their mum's videos and stuff. And I thought that was really important, because without prompting them, without telling them to go and do this, they took it upon themselves to check out what their parents were doing. Now, I guess if you were, you know, below 10 years old and you could press a button and watch your parents on TV, because YouTube is TV to them, back in the day when I was that age, you probably do the same thing. But this is the important bit, that they are clearly watching us. The kids, and I don't mean watching us on YouTube, they are drawing from our example because we have left them an example, right? So children will naturally go out and explore the world and try and take stuff in, take information in, and use that as a reference point for their development. And I know that, you know, a lot of us parents out there are concerned that what the media is pumping out there, YouTube, you know, offline media, what all the media is pumping out there isn't good for our kids. And that's cool. But what I realized is that the media that myself and my sister and, you know, are putting out there, you know, we didn't put it out there for our kids to watch it. We just put it out there because that was just part of the content that we're creating, you know, for our businesses and stuff. But I didn't realize anyway that our kids would actually start watching that stuff, and obviously it's going to have an influence on them, right? And that we can have a direct influence on them through this media. And the important thing is, it's the media that sits right next to, on YouTube, other popular media. So my daughter asked me the other day, she said, "Daddy, are you famous because you're on YouTube?" So I thought, wow, look at that. So in her estimation, again, this whole being on TV, being on YouTube, she lends a certain degree of importance to being on YouTube, and relating that to being famous, quote unquote, because she sees other famous people who are really famous, not me, on YouTube, and then she knows that she can click on my video or my sister's videos at the same time. So I'm saying all of that to say that we live in a day and time now where we as adults can contribute to the media mix that our children are being influenced by, and that we couldn't do before. If it wasn't for things like YouTube and other broadcast video mechanisms online, we couldn't do that, right? And we couldn't sit next to all of these other popular media outlets. So in summary, what I'm saying is, and I'm not saying we should all go out there and create YouTube channels, right? But what I am saying is that you have more control over the media than you think, because you can now create media. And it has a strong influence on our children. We don't have to tell them to check us out. It would appear that they're going to check us out and they're going to keep watching us regardless. That's it. I'm Julian Hall, Ultrapreneur TV. Got a question? Ask Ultra is the hashtag, and I'm out of here. Peace.